Hey, what's up, everybody? So, this is the official first episode. Unfortunately, everything I did the other day on live, nothing was recorded, and it was just a whole bunch of bullshit. So, welcome back. Um, if you weren't on my live, then basically the episode is about how all gay guys and gay women or gay people in general are not the same, and they don't all support the same thing. And the people that don't support the typical gay stereotype things are usually judged more even by the community itself. So the first thing I want to talk about was or that I did talk about was basically kids at Pride. So my opinion on that was that I don't think kids should be at Pride. Um Not only for obvious reasons, but because why does your kid need to be at Pride? Maybe like someone can sit down and talk to me about that. And I still don't think you guys have a good enough reason, but definitely went down to sit down and talk about it. Because one, there be naked people, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't want no one naked in front of my child. Two, there be naked people doing the most, having sex, doing whatever you think you can even imagine. And yes, this is all outside. And every state is different, but every state is only getting crazier and crazier. So I don't support Pride anymore because when I was growing up, Pride was a parade or a celebration of you going there to be whoever you wanted to be, straight, gay, it didn't matter. Now it's like, oh, well, you have to be gay. Are you sure you're not gay? And it's like, it doesn't matter if I'm gay or not. It doesn't matter if that person's gay. I mean, me myself, yes, I guess I do identify with that, but I don't think that it's the same anymore. And it's even getting more crazy on social media where like every other video it's guys doing the most gayest shit and that's fine. But why? Like I don't know, just it doesn't make sense. And it's like it doesn't matter that it's gay. It's the fact that it's inappropriate. I don't care if you were straight or gay. Why you're like basically looking like you're about to have sex on a TikTok video knowing the kids be on there. And it's like I heard someone say, "Oh well, maybe the adult." No, because there are adults out here that are taking their kids to Pride, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they support what other people are doing, because they have their own beliefs and their own ideas of Pride, but it kind of ruins it for everyone. So I'm pretty sure that if you have common sense, you wouldn't support that either. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about was the law that was just passed by from the court system. It's basically saying, I said the court system, the law, whatever, Supreme Court. There we go. The Supreme Court basically made it legal for someone to discriminate against their sexual preference. And at the end of the day, I'm all for people denying people service. I don't care the reason. But when it comes to stuff like that, then that's when it becomes a little weird. Because it's like, why does it matter who's in my bed? Why does it matter who I like? I don't like you. I didn't try to make a move on you. I came here for my. I just wanted they wanted a wedding cake, and that's even more crazier. It's a wedding cake. It's a cake, and yeah, like okay, they feel how they feel, and yeah, maybe they can go somewhere else. But why go to the extent to make it a whole story that went publicly viral I feel like she did that for clout. She did that for more attention, for more business. Because sad to say, there are people out here who don't like gay people. And if you don't know this, well, now you know. If you don't know this, then you're clearly living under a rock. So, because they, not that long ago, they passed a law saying that trans women and drag queens couldn't perform in certain states, which is kind of weird because what does that have to do with it? You know, mind you, they're like sending people in the submarines down to go see the Titanic. Had the whole world shooketh, and that's when they did what they did. Everything's a distraction on, and that's the crazy part because we're always on social media. If you're gonna be on social media, make sure you're always listening to something educational, something that's like news related, something that's telling you about the world, because people forget that there are other people in this world. There are other things in this world. There are people. There are kids. There are people that, for example, the innocent kids that are dying in schools. No one. I'm pretty sure no one in their right mind is going to school thinking they're gonna get killed at school because they have that trust that the school is doing what they need to do. So, unfortunately, there were a couple stories that just made it seem like everything was just planned. And it's even more crazier how people responded to that. So I feel like stop picking and choosing on what we respond and respond to everything that's bad. It don't matter if it's racist, it don't matter if it's homophobic, it don't matter if it's religious. If it's not wrong is wrong. And that's what people seem to forget. I don't care that I'm gay. I don't care about none of that. But wrong is wrong. And you guys that are supporting children on anything that has to do with pride, anything that has to do with anything sexual is weird. That's weird. You guys need to go get checked mentally. Go check in a hospital and don't come back. Honestly, that's weird. Those are the people you want to keep your kids away from. Um, yes. So, and another thing, because I've been seeing how people are so upset about pride this and pride that. It doesn't matter if we get a month. Why does it matter if we get a month? Why are people, the minute June comes, we're going to hell, or we're doing this? And that's the crazy part because most businesses, when Pride comes, now everything is rainbow. Now they support, not they even have, and this is what creeps me out. They have trans baby clothes. How can a baby be trans when you know? And I don't speak on that because I'm not trans, so I don't know what that is. But everyone has a different definition of trans. So my definition of trans is someone who transitions from one sex to another. A baby cannot transition into anything because they're a baby. So let that sink in, please, please. You guys argue. I guess the community, the gay community, the LGBT community. You guys are arguing over anything. You guys need to start arguing for more rights, more laws. And when you guys are fighting for laws, make sure they make sense. We don't give a fuck what you identify as. If you want to identify as a dog, then bark. If you want to identify as a cat, then fucking meow. But that's to you. I am going to call you whatever you want me to call you. But in my reality, in my head, you're a boy or you're a girl. So you can say and you can identify with whatever you please. But just know that is a personal choice. The world does not have to accept it. They do have to respect you, but they do not have to accept it. And that is the difference. That's where our like that's my next thing. I feel like us as a community, we need to stop begging for acceptance and start begging for respect. I don't care if you accept me. I don't care if you accept the fact that I sleep with a man or a girl or whatever, because that's none of your business unless you're in my bed with me. But until then, none of that matters. You guys need to do one thing that I love to tell people: mind your fucking business. Worry about you. Worry about what you like, because most of you don't even know what you like. Most of you don't even know who you are. Excuse me. So most of us are so focused on the future and building and trying to do this and trying to do that. There are really people out here fighting for real reasons, and you guys need to look into those real reasons instead of sitting here trying to tell me that a man can have a baby. I swear on my life, I don't care who you are. If you come up to me and tell me a man can have a baby, I will not have a educational conversation with you. I promise you, it will go left immediately. I do not have time for the foolishness. And to the parents that are raising these kids like this, y'all are the ones I want to fight. I don't want to fight your child. I want to fight you. So why are you raising your kids like this? It makes no sense. Why you're telling me that you think gentle parenting is the best way, and your child is out here telling people that men can have babies, and that they identify as a they them. What is that? Another serious question, because another thing, I will always have questions, and maybe someone out there can answer them for me. But until then, you guys need to cut the fucking bullshit and start facing reality. There are other things that is going on in the world, destroying food, that's destroying real life resources, and we're focused on why the fuck y'all want the world to accept the fact that y'all identify as a fucking bird. We don't care for that. And to the people that are upset, mind your business too. Let these people live. Let If someone goes up to you and corrects you in the mid conversation, you do not have to continue the conversation. You can walk away. You do not have to sit there and tell someone what they are and who they are, because guess what? That's your opinion. There are facts. You want to argue with the fact that that's a girl? Then hey, so be it. But you don't have to get disrespectful. I feel once you start getting disrespectful, then you gotta start wrapping it up, because I don't tolerate disrespect. So identifying and gender are two different things. When a man wants to become a woman, I don't that's a trans woman, correct? Okay, cool. When a woman wants to become a man, it's a trans man. And that's perfectly fine. But please stop calling men cisgender. What the fuck is that? You guys are trying to make up these rules because they're letting us be us. No, it's not that serious. Relax. What you need to do is start really trying to fight for something or educate people on real life things. Like, men cannot have babies physically out of their womb. Like, we don't have wombs. That's one. But we can adopt. We can still have a family. That is correct, yes. But no, I cannot have a baby without a girl. It don't matter if I pay for it. It don't matter if I adopt it. It doesn't matter if I make it. I still need a woman who has woman organs to have a baby. And that's a simple fact. So, yeah. And again, this is my personal opinion on things, on what's going on in this world. And just, it's not advice, because I don't really care to give people advice, because that goes in one ear and out the other. But I feel like people are just scared to speak up for themselves or say what I really don't care to say. But we gotta, as a community, we have to do better. There's not one thing that's going on in this world right now that makes me feel more safer to have a kid. So, and that's on both communities, straight people, LGBT. Y'all out here wilding. Y'all need to chill the fuck out. Leave straight people alone, and straight people leave gay people alone. If everyone just mind their business, we will live a happy life. I promise you. 'Cause the things we do need to interfere in, we don't. So, one thing you could take from this podcast, maybe a couple: mind your business, eat your vegetables, chase your money, not a person. We don't chase people, we chase money. And follow God. Look for God, people. It's never too late to look for Him until it's too late. It's a dangerous world out here without Him, I promise you. So, and you don't have to go to church. I don't care what no one says. You don't have to go to church to look for God. Stop letting religion and spirit. Religion is different than being spiritual. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. There's a huge difference. I would never let someone from church try to tell me how to look for God because they have a rule. They have a certain way to look for God. I don't have a certain way. I don't want a certain way. I want there to be many ways. So, and if you don't believe in Him, hey, again, I'm not here to judge you. But for anyone tuning in, I definitely want to thank you guys, girls, trans women, whoever you are. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification to get updates every time I do drop an episode. Hopefully, I don't get any more technical difficulties along the way, but when there's a will, there's a way. So, hopefully, by the 7th, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's Friday, I could definitely do another episode. I will be going live on YouTube. I finally figured out a way to do visual. So make sure you guys follow The Black Couch on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, and make sure you guys hit the download button, the like button, share it to your mothers, your friends, and thank you to anyone who supports me in the shadows, in public, behind my back. It doesn't matter. Thank you. I appreciate it. And also, I also appreciate the people who don't support me because I love cutting people off and I love keeping people away from me. So, until next time, I'm checking out, motherfuckers.